so I'm going to get right into it today. We have another great book review today, and this one is Heartless. I was so excited to read this book. I actually didn't know anything about this until I was in Barnes & Noble, and I heard some girls like going on about it and how good it was. And I love me some Disney villains backstories. So this is another one of those, but written by a different author than the Disney villains series. This is written by the author of the Lunar Chronicles. Marissa Meyer is her name, and she is a fabulous author. I have read the first few books of the Lunar Chronicles, and I really liked those, so I was excited to read this one as well. This one was so good, and first of all, I kind of just want to talk about this cover because the cover is so cool. I don't know if you can fully see it that well on video, but this red vines with thorns that are like the rose vines are all like metallic colored red on this cover. And then whenever I get a library book, I kind of like open it and then I peek underneath because I want to see if they've done anything cool underneath. And it's so hard to show you this, but underneath is really cool. It's metallic red and black, and it's got the Queen's crown on this side and then the Joker's hat on this side. And then it's got a crown on the spine. And to be honest, if I own this book, I would probably take off the jacket and just sit it on the shelf without, because it is so cool underneath. And I absolutely love when they do that with books. So I really, really liked that about this book, just right off the bat. Then when I got started reading it, I was just brought into another world for the whole book. I absolutely loved it. This is a 5-star book, and I am just so happy that I got to read it, and it was so, so good, and it did not disappoint, not even one little bit. Pretty much we come into the Red Queen's life from before she was a queen, before anybody even knew she was going to be a queen. She had no desire to be queen. She wanted to be a baker, actually, but that was really looked down upon for women. So especially women of notoriety, which she was a marquis. I hope I'm saying that right. She was the daughter of the Marquis and Marchioness. I don't know how exactly to say that. Don't hate on me. But yeah, she was their daughter, so she was like kind of nobility, and so she was held to a higher standard, and she was supposed to look pretty and go to parties and be with a man of nobility as well, and then have kids and settle down, and that would be her life pretty much. She was always sneaking away to bake, and she just absolutely loved baking, and that was all that she really wanted to do. It kind of was like a sad story because, you know, she had this dream of being a baker and running her own shop one day, and she was trying so hard to make that happen, and no matter what she did, like it just backfired and failed on her. And there's just like so much that goes on. I don't want to give away too much, but pretty much we go through her whole journey with her and all the different people she meets. She ends up meeting the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, the King of Hearts, the King of Hearts is Joker, all kinds of people that we have seen in like Alice in Wonderland. Also like the soldiers that were the Queen of Hearts soldiers were like decks of cards, and that was the King of Hearts, that was his soldiers in this book, so I thought that was really cool. And then there was like the horsefly, that was like a horse and a horse and a fly, just like the movie. And just like the movie, they had like a frog server and a frog footman and ostriches that talked and lions that talked and warhogs that talked and were part of society. So it was really cool, really imaginative, fun book that they really did not stray too far from Alice in Wonderland, which I absolutely loved. She did a fantastic job of just like combining everything from Alice in Wonderland and bringing it all together for the Queen of Hearts. And just as the Queen of Hearts' backstory should have been told, that there was not one part that I would change. It was absolutely fantastic, and I would highly recommend you go read this one as soon as possible if you are a fan of Alice in Wonderland and or the Queen of Hearts. or if you just want to know more about the Queen of Hearts, because it's a thick book and it gave you just tons of new information that I never saw coming. So that's pretty much it for this book review. I would really suggest you go read this one. It was so good. I post every day on my Instagram and I would love to see you over there. And I also post a new video here every single week on Friday. So make sure you check that out. Hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, and press that like button. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.